Thank you to Square Enix for providing me with an early review copy of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This review will be spoiler-free, so rest assured you can enjoy it without any concerns. I have been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for nearly a week, and saying this game is good would not be enough. This is a masterpiece from the open world, character interactions, music that goes above and beyond any video game I've ever experienced, and a gameplay system that's deep and complex. Rebirth exceeded my expectations and is not only the best game on PS5, but my favorite game I've played in the last 20 years. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to this than just this very grand statement that I'm making here, and we're going to dive into all of that, breaking down some of the story elements, gameplay stuff, and more. Before we jump into that, please guys, do me a huge favor, go down there, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and share the video to help grow this community. This is a narrative-driven experience, so we must discuss the story to a degree. However, there will be zero story spoilers. Everything discussed will have been revealed in interviews, the demo, and trailers. Rebirth takes place directly after the events of FF7 Remake. Cloud and the party are pursuing Sephiroth while also dealing with Shinra on their backs. Along the way, we meet the remaining cast of characters, Yuffie, Cid, Vincent, and Cait Sith. Yuffie and Cait Sith being the only additional playable characters in the way we have come to expect. The main cast of playable characters get meaningful looks into their history, helping form the player's attachment to them. The story pacing is nearly perfect as we build up to an intense plot point, with breaks between where players get a moment's reprieve with things like Queen's Blood and the many of the mini-games offered in this game. The story, while leaving many questions, still has intense moments that will make you angry, sad, happy, and have you laughing at times. It's truly well balanced and paced in ways I didn't feel Remake was. Very few times did I feel like this experience was padded and didn't offer a meaningful addition to the narrative, as each moment complemented the next, especially in a game so centered around bonds and building relationships. The story isn't perfect, but as someone unconvinced at the end of the remake, I have been swayed and now excited for what's to come, as this reimagining of FF7 is a game I sincerely enjoyed. Rebirth's greatest asset is its gameplay and world that has been crafted with heart and soul. From the moment you step out into the grasslands, you are presented with an overwhelming massive land to explore, and that is truly just the start. There are 6 massive plots of land to explore, and they are all filled with quests that build the world and relationships between characters. The variety of things to do makes it hard to become fatigued along the way, with many mini-games that are not only done well, but further add to the game. They also serve as a great break point between the main plot of the game that can become very serious at times. Remna Wave Towers, hunts, notice boards, quests, VR battles, chocobo stops, mini-games, and collectibles are just a few things you can do to spend your time meaningfully, alongside crafting an absurd amount of items, gear, and gathering info for Chadley to obtain rare materia and summons. The amount of things you can do is very overwhelming, but in the most positive of ways. Now, this game is about bonds and relationships, so during your time, you will run quests, have interactions, and make decisions that will all impact your bonds. These will also be reflected within battle decisions when using a synergy attack. You will also have character interactions all throughout the game that make you feel the entire party's presence. This is also further solidified by giving each party member a chance to shine. This brings us to the main event of Rebirth. It's fleshed out battle system, and they truly took it to the next level. Weapons have levels, your party has levels, folios add abilities and boosts to your team and how they fight, new materia, synergy attacks add a new layer, and alternate attacks selected with R1. This makes Remake feel incredibly dated, as the additions create snappy, quick, and diverse combat options and scenarios. Traversal is expanded upon with cloud climbing and vaulting over objects as well. The use of chocobos and other vehicles add for an interesting experience that keeps the pacing of the game fresh, as you won't be on foot at all times. This wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game if it didn't have exceptional music. It does. In fact, the music is so well crafted and complements every moment in the game that I believe this may be the greatest OST I have ever heard. There is variety, and few times do you hear the same themes. The way the world music, depending on where you are, transitions to battle music is perfect. It's not the same battle theme every single time. It depends where you are and what you are doing. It sounds familiar, but brand new at the same time. As far as graphics go, it's expectedly beautiful and detailed, capturing the world of FF7. The performance pre-Day 1 patch has been shockingly stable, and the performance mode feels like a locked 60 FPS. I had zero game-breaking bugs or crashes, and I did play this game natively on my PS5 as well as on my PlayStation Portal without any issues. So is FF7 Rebirth worth your time and money? Absolutely. This is a masterpiece in every sense, from gameplay, world building, characters, music, and value. This title delivers everywhere. The only thing remaining to be seen is how the story wraps up, which we can't know until part 3. I rate this a 10 out of 10. Everybody should play this game.